Hello, my name is Steve Packer. I'm plant doctor at Moana Nursery. It's summertime and I'm here to talk to you about what you need to do in your yard during the summer months. It's important to make sure that your lawn and your plants are properly watered if they're on an automatic system. So turn on your lawn sprinkler and take a look and make sure that your spray heads are covering properly. Sometimes they may be not directed properly. You may need to adjust the nozzles. If you see any broken heads, make note of that and get them repaired as quickly as possible. Also, if you have a drip system, you need to turn on your drip system and do a walkthrough on a regular basis, maybe once a week. Checking to make sure that the emitters are dripping properly or spraying properly. If there's any kind of emitters that are kind of misplaced because of foot traffic or other things, make sure those get put back in the right spot so that the plants get the water they need. Okay, during the summertime, you're free to plant almost anything. And so when you talk about vegetable gardening, now is the time to put in your warm season crops like your tomatoes and peppers, melons, cucumbers, squash, those plants that require the heat of summer in order to grow properly. So get out there and get those planted. Also, it's because it's summertime, you're free to put in most shrubs, trees, annuals, perennials, anything that can go in the ground that you need, get those in the ground and watch them grow. During the summertime, you can also put in summer blooming bulbs like dahlias and glads. Those can be put in the beginning of the summer and they'll bloom later on in the season. So now's the time to get out there and plant. Just like humans, plants need food. And the best way to do that is through the application of fertilizer. Whenever you're doing any kind of new planting, we recommend using a starter fertilizer, preferably an organically based one, to kind of mix in the soil as you're planting to help it get off to a good start. Any other additional plantings you do, whether you're doing fruit trees, shrubs, annuals, perennials, make sure that in addition to fertilizing them initially, you go ahead and fertilize them more during the growing season on a regular basis. A lot of times people ask, well, how often do I fertilize? It's really simple. Just look on the back of the label. It'll tell you how often, or if it doesn't give you that direction, then just talk to a nurseryman at Moana Nursery and we'll give you the right recommendation. Lawns in this area are in need of fertilizer. They're cool season lawns. They grow mostly during the spring and the fall when it's cool. Whenever you're using a lawn fertilizer, make sure that you apply it at the right rate. Sometimes people think, well, a little bit will be good, twice as much will be even better, when in fact, if you do that, you may end up burning your lawn. Keep in mind that most fertilizers need to be applied at different times of the year, so make sure you follow the recommendations on the package. And keep in mind too that if your lawn is kind of sick and not looking really good, usually fertilizer won't help, it may make things worse. So find out what the problem is before you do any fertilizing. It may be just lack of water or fungus or something along that line. But most fertilizing, as long as you do it on a regular basis, according to the recommendations of the label, your plants should do quite well. During the summertime, unfortunately, we have a lot of garden pests. We have insects, we have birds, we have mammals that like to feed on our plants and everything else. And so as long as we're aware that they're out there, we can keep a better grip on keeping those varmints from eating our trees and our vegetables and everything else. When it comes to insects, we recommend that you be diligent in inspecting your plants on a regular basis. Do a walkthrough and just see how everything is looking. If you notice any leaves that are curled, or if you see any shiny, sticky honeydew dripping on the concrete or wherever, that's usually indicative of aphids. There are insects that feed at night only, like earwigs and black vine weevil. Those guys you can find by going outside with a flashlight, like at 10 o'clock at night. I call it a bug safari, and just kind of look, and if you see those insects on your plants, then you'll know what they are, and then you can treat them appropriately. There's different types of chemicals that can be used to kill insects. Some of them are chemical, some of them are organic based. We recommend, if you can, to use products that are more natural, like oils or products that have a scent to them that repel insects. If you can use those, it's better for the environment, better for the plant, but you have to use them a little bit more often. Keep in mind that a landscape garden cannot be 100% pest free. There's always going to be something chewing or gnawing on your garden plants. As long as you can maintain it to a minimum, you're doing okay. Well, as your garden grows, a lot of times you need to kind of direct the growth through pruning. And there's a lot of things to keep in mind. One thing to remember is when you're pruning your roses, that you always want to cut back to another 5-leaflet leaf, and that way there, the bud that originates where that cut is made will house another flower bud for later on during the season. A lot of times people need to prune just to remove any kind of dead wood that may be, or diseased wood that may be a part of your plant. Just go ahead and prune that clearly, and everything will look a lot better. Also, sometimes you have branches that tend to grow in the wrong direction that are blocking maybe the driveway or part of your lawn. Just go ahead and make a nice clean pruning cut to take care of that. We do most of our pruning in the spring and the fall, but summertime pruning is necessary on certain plants just to maintain the growth, and make sure that your pruners are nice and sharp so it makes a nice clean cut. If not, then if you make a jagged cut, then it just makes it more likely that disease or insects may enter therein. There's another type of pruning that we call deadheading, and that's used mainly for your annuals that are blooming during the summer. So whenever you have a flower that's starting to fade, you want to go ahead and pinch it back or deadhead it back to another leaf. By doing that, you're keeping the plant nice and full, and you're also encouraging future blooms. After all our hard work of gardening during the summer, the best part is harvesting. In your garden, there's lots of things that need to be harvested. Of course, you can just tell by the color of the plant or the fruit. You know, with the tomatoes, they turn red. Peppers, they have a certain time to pick. And try to harvest if you can during the early morning. That's when the plant has the most moisture in it. They tend to do a lot better. Also, when you're harvesting your fruit trees, like your apples and your peaches, it's just a matter of taking a look at the color of the fruit, the peaches and everything, just reaching up there and kind of squeezing to see if it's starting to get a little bit soft. One thing that we see a lot of is that most fruit trees become overladen with fruit, and that's because earlier in the season, we as homeowners do not thin the fruit. So like in June, when the fruit is just beginning to develop, if we can just go ahead and pull off some of the extra fruit, space them about every 4 inches, that way there you'll have less fruit, but they'll be larger, and it won't be as taxing to the tree branches. When you're in your vegetable garden harvesting, it's important to make sure that you're checking your garden on a regular basis. Sometimes we have a tendency to wait too long, and by the time we get in our garden, our zucchini that was like 6 inches 2 days ago was now 3 feet long. So make sure that you pick your squash and everything else. They tend to be more tasty when they're smaller. So check under every leaf. Make sure that those fruits picked or those vegetables picked at the appropriate time. I'm Steve Packer at Moana Nursery, so be sure that you visit us whenever you can for all your gardening needs. That summer's a great time to be in your yard. Hopefully these garden tips will help you as you venture in your yard each day to make your place better and more productive.